Welcome, dreamers and fellow thinkers. You're tuning into the Zetigesit Studio podcast, brought to you by the passionate minds at IIIT Dharwad's Literature Club. This is where words take flight, where ideas spark conversations, and where creativity finds its rhythm. Whether you're here for the daily dose of inspiration, deep literary dives, or simply looking for something nice, this is the good place for you. Let's embark on this journey together. I'm your host, Digant Singh, and I'm honored to welcome you all to the inaugural episode of the Zetigesit Studio podcast. Today, we are incredibly honored to welcome a distinguished leader and academic, Professor S.R. Prasanna sir, to the Zeitgeist podcast.
Thank
Professor
you, Digant.
Prasanna is the director of IIIT Dharwad and a recipient of the National Teachers Award 2023, presented by the Honorable President Srimati Draupadi Murmu. With an illustrious career spanning over 2 decades, he has made significant contributions to the fields of machine learning, speech processing, and artificial intelligence. Having earned his PhD from IIT Madras, Professor Prasanna has shaped the minds of students at institutions like IIT Dharwad and IIT Guwahati, where he has held esteemed roles, including Dean of Research and Development and Faculty Welfare. His passion for research is reflected in his supervision of 28 PhD scholars and his impressive body of work with over 115 journal articles and 200 conference publications. He has also played a key role in advancing niche technologies such as speech processing and collaborating with industries and leading large scale projects. We are thrilled to have him here, sir. Thank you for
Thank,
joining us.
thank you, Digant. Thank you for the entire team of podcast. I wish you all the best. I think this is a wonderful initiative, very much essential for our campus community and the outside world to know more about our exciting things that are happening in our institute.
Yes, sir. That's the main motivation
Yes,
we
yes,
have
yes.
for this podcast. So, sir, let's dive into the questions.
Yeah.
So, I have heard a lot of conversations where you talk about Gen Z and how they'll enter the workforce very soon.
Correct.
And I just wanted to ask how, like, as an academician, as an academic, and an institution, we can shape the Gen Z into the ways of the workforce.
So that's a the and wonderful question that all of us together have to discuss and come up with answers. One point when I say this Gen Z, generally I think all of us know, no, who are all born in this millennium, they are
Yes,
called
sir.
as Gen Z. What is interesting things that have happened since I am observing the student community for last 3 decades, this Gen Z is very unique. The first thing I have seen is they are go-getters. Second thing is they have the courage to take risks.
Yes, sir.
That it was not there when we were students of your age. So, and there are a lot of opportunities that have opened up. So that is where, and also whatever information you require, it is available in the public domain. So it is not just as I used to say within four walls of a classroom.
Yes, sir.
So because of this conducive environment, so what we need to do is these education institutions in their programs, they should become a place for them to experiment and equip themselves
Yes, sir.
to go and face the society. That's very, very important. And also, see, when we were studying, it's more one dimensional. Oh, you joined engineering degree, somehow you study well and get some placement and do something. But now the flip side of that has been seen now. What is that? They forget the other passionate things which is important for them. So that is what we want to emphasize for Gen Z. Apart from whatever the mainstream technology thing you are interested, you also continue to work around your passion. For example, you are starting a journey as an anchor
Yes,
in the
sir.
podcast. That is your maybe passionate thing.
Yes, sir.
So I am not saying we should leave our technical part. This is a very passionate thing which you would like to do.
Yes,
So
sir.
that way, we should always keep at least one thing which is passionate for us. And so accordingly, whenever you do some work as whatever, for livelihood or whatever you want to do, but rest is I want to continue my passion. So
Yes,
that is
sir.
one. And the other part I want to say is almost now what we learn within the classroom for 4-year curriculum, almost it will not be very much useful when you go for your industry. That is the situation now, because technology landscape is
Yes, sir.
changing so fast. So that is where what we need to teach to our Gen Z is the capability to pick up a new area by themselves and start jumping into that area. So that is where the difference I see for our Gen Z. And opportunities are immense.
Yes, sir. Yes.
With this open one immense opportunity. I am hoping, I am dreaming some unicorns will
Yes,
very
sir.
soon come out of our institute. So that
Sure,
is
sir.
the.
Also, sir, I heard a conversation where you were on a panel at the Texeleration in
Correct, correct,
KDEM,
correct.
and you were talking to the CEO of Unstop, and there was a discussion about how Gen Z's their motivation point is very different from the earlier generations.
Correct.
What are your thoughts about that?
No, see, their Gen Z motivation means essentially, since they are flooded with lot of information in the public domain. It is not that what I say is the main agenda on which they have to depend on. They already have enough information.
Yes.
So that is where, see, unless they are interested, it may be difficult for them to take it to the next level, because they already
sir.
have seen the world elsewhere, what is happening in that domain. So that is where so what we need to do is we need to give them exposure and opportunities and tell them to explore. So that is where what that Unstop CEO was telling is, oh, they will not stick on to certain things for a longer duration.
Yes,
they
sir.
jump on to the new thing. But that is the purpose of this Gen Z.
Yes,
They don't want to just slog there forever. If they see it's not working, they would like to move out. So
Yeah,
that's
so
where.
that risk-taking capacity has increased that
Increase it like
jumping.
anything. Increase it
Yes,
like
sir.
anything. See, earlier never used to be there. Now I think it's very.
Yes, sir. So, but sir, with this comes a little a problem as well, wherein people might jump before they get to the top, or they are able to tap into the actual capacity they have to do that work.
Correct.
So,
So that is where, for example, I emphasize on uh, they have to identify themselves. Of course, initially they may do some sampling,
yes, sir.
but quickly they should identify, oh, this seems to be the field in which I would like to go deep dive
Yes, sir.
before taking off. So then we can know, then they may not leave.
Yes.
So they will pursue it. That is not a. Recently, I saw Ganesha festival, all volunteers were working. Day and night they were working.
Yes.
Because that is passionate for them.
Yes.
So that way, I think any area they do it, it will be.
So, so that's the the conclusion we came from this question is that we need to very quickly find something that we are really interested in.
Correct. Interested, it will come through. See, the how to find the interesting one is, I should not be binded by your teachers or somebody. You have to do this. You have to do this, which you feel when you involve, you don't feel like working. Okay, even a whole day you worked. For example,
Yes, sir.
the Ganesha Pendal throughout night they might have worked. They never felt next day morning puja they came.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's where once they found something passionate, they will be able to do it. That they have to identify. That they can do it. That is not a problem. So
So, although a lot of things have changed, there's still some components that remain the same in academia and in general in life as well. And when you look back at your life, you might have some advice that you might have given yourself, like let's say 20 or 30 years back, that you felt if somebody would have given it to you at that point of time, things would have worked out a little better. What's that advice?
yeah. See, to be frank, when 3 decades back, when we were doing engineering, there was nothing like a motivation factor. There were no IT industries were taking off at that time. Electronics, though, there was nothing. So, as a result of that, there is no goal post set for us. You do your degree.
Yes, sir.
Let us see some teaching post you may get. So that, but now for this Gen Z, when we see, we can see there is an innovation entrepreneurship ecosystem is there, and what is happening elsewhere we are able to see. At that time internet, all those things were not so if this would have been there for us at that point of time, this advice was there, what I felt was we would have focused more on our academics much more than because at that time only one book
Yes,
and whatever
sir.
teacher teaches, and there is no connection to practical aspects. So
Yes, sir.
those issues were there.
So, like, what's one, like, in one sentence, can you frame it so that these students can take that as a motivation or a motto for life?
Yeah. See, this is the right time if you want to achieve great things in your tech scape or any other field which you are interested. So that is what I say. No, f- look around in the about the vibrant ecosystem, identify what interests you, jump into that and act on it. So that
Alright.
will give you the things.
Yes, sir. So, sir, like, college is a very formative time. We have friends, we move around in the campus, we explore a lot of things. What is one episode from your life that you recall every time now and say that, yes, this is where I was formed, my mindset, my motivations were formed? Any story related to that or any incident that you like to share with the students?
See, at least in undergraduate program, of course, we had friends, but not most on academics,
Yes.
other extracurricular only. But I went to NIT Surat, NIT K Suratkal for my masters. That really, gave me a lot of motivation. The first thing what happened was after engineering, when I got a faculty position in some college, when I was trying to teach, I was seeing the gaps in my knowledge. So
Okay.
then I felt, my God, if I get an opportunity to go for master's degree, I have to focus more and learn more. When I went to NIT Suratkal, for the first time I saw such a big academic institution with so much qualified professors and everybody. Then I felt motivated to go in depth for learning more, and that created me interest in going towards
So the environment played a very
very
important role.
important role. Very important role. That's where I wanted to go for PhD, and so
Oh.
that.
So, is there anything very specific to that? Maybe students going to the classes regularly or the library being very nice that motivated you to, like, all the students there?
In NITK Suratkal, one thing I saw was the amount of facilities they had compared to my undergraduate college. That enormous. There is no comparison
Yes.
between my undergraduate college and that institute. That felt, oh,
Yes.
these great institutes are there in the
This
country. We have to
this
work
even I have
on.
observed, sir, like the once the KRC started opening, everybody has been putting so much effort into, they have been studying because they know that if they go there, they are able to focus.
Correct, correct. Some
It's
formal
amazing.
setting is there.
Yes,
Even I
sir.
was telling to my first year students, boys hostel when I visited, I told them, no, we'll leave buses, no, we'll arrange buses, come down to KRC.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a formal setting.
Yes, sir.
Because there we accommodate 8 students per room. How do you get
Yes, sir.
motivation to read? I told you come to KRC, and so that. And one story, since you asked me one story, this story I read in my college magazine at NTK Suratkal. So generally, for achievers, it was just a half a page story which I tell them somebody want to achieve. So they were telling that story goes like this. So you take birth, first 5-6 years childhood.
Yes,
You
sir.
do not know what is happening. By the time you start doing your 5 years of age
Yes,
till
sir.
15 years of age, it all goes in schooling. After that you get into college. So college, with friends, everything you enjoy. Then after that you enter into the phase where you want to get a job. Then after job, that goes up to 30 years.
Yes, sir.
After that you want to get into family life.
Yes, sir.
So then, like these things are lined up in such a way that there is no scope for achieving great things. By the time you realize you're already 60, 65. So that person is already in the deathbed in the hospital. At that time, he was thinking, oh my God, what I have done after taking human life and coming to this society. Then he felt, most of the time it was just only, what we call jugaad for the life. So if I get additional some
Sometime.
time, I will go and do great thing. because I have talked. Then he asked, prayed for God. God told, 65 years I gave you, you did
Yes.
nothing.
Yeah, what to
Now
add
what you
then?
will do? He told,
Yes.
so many people are waiting to come, you please vacate.
Oh,
So that is where if somebody realizes early, just
hmm.
some 10 years early, they can achieve
Then they can,
greatly.
yes.
For example, now I am stressing on unicorn for some of you.
Hmm.
See, the energy level you will have
Yes, sir.
at 20s, that is not just two times or three times what you have at 40.
Hmm.
It is infinite.
Infinite.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
if you take plunge now, because what I am thinking is, in this century, something should happen like Microsoft or Google should come from India.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'm hoping from Gen Z. And
Yes.
if you see Mark or somebody,
Hmm.
they are not any great things. No,
Yes,
they are
sir.
not even school dropouts.
Hmm.
So they can create, means why can't
Yes, sir.
our next generation? That is
That's very true.
100% possible.
It's just that we
So,
need to find that something.
something, and risk taking
Risk
appetite has
taking. Yes,
increased
sir.
now, and right. And one good thing is, government of India has given a lot of support system,
Yes, sir.
now.
Yes.
See, earlier when Infosys, all those things they started, they were very discouraging, license Raj. But now
Yes.
everybody is so that.
So even the IDRP itself, it is
Ah,
such a supportive environment for our students,
yeah.
wherein my own friend, he is telling that he has become CEO of a company in
Correct,
IDRP,
correct.
and that's just so good, and
Correct,
he's able to put so much effort just because of that one single point of
yeah.
motivation.
And for example, earlier, suppose you get an idea, I want to start a new company. So many things you have to go and do in public space.
Yes, sir.
Here from day one, you just ask. And now they have gone to a level, don't even register, you start working.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you feel like, no, this is credible, you go ahead and start. And
Yes, sir.
government gives a lot of grants also.
Yeah.
If somebody,
Yes.
with that safety net, everybody should jump into and
Yes, sir.
explore.
They can
If they have
take the
great,
risk when there is a safety net.
definitely.
Yes,
That's
sir.
where, see, up to 50 lakhs, 1 crore grants are given. Grants means they will not ask anything back.
Yes.
So what else you require? So that we should.
So, sir, switching gears a little bit, just wanted to talk about travel. Yesterday only we went to the Neer Sagar Reservoir, and it was such a cathartic experience. We went there, we sat down, we had a chat with friends, we ran around a little bit, and it was just quite generally fun. And it really rejuvenated us, like in terms of we got back, we got to studying, we got to the things that we had at hand. What is a similar place that you would like you always go to once that you want to go and get rejuvenated? Like this is the place for vacation.
Yeah. No, especially any of the nature found
Yes, sir.
places. For example, going to a forest like area, that is where seeing a ocean, it gives you very calm view.
Yes,
very silent place we should go. That is one thing I would like to. But of course, more than now at this point of junction, I started getting more interest going to religious places.
Oh.
And recently, I went to Mata Vaishnava Devi in Jammu.
Jammu.
Oh, it was such a wonderful
Yes,
place.
sir.
When I reached that temple shrine, I felt like, I should stay there for a day and meditate.
Yes, sir.
So that is what now at this point of time, maybe for your youngsters is slightly different. For me at this point of time, I would like to. I'm astonished by our ancient wisdom to
Yes,
identify
sir.
such places and keep them pristine. Whenever you have mentally loaded, you come there and
Yes, sir.
relax. So that is the Northeast is another place. Northeastern region.
Yes, sir.
Since I was there for more than a decade, there are many pristine places there. Suppose if I go towards Arunachal Pradesh and those places, untouched places.
Yes.
So that is what, if I have an opportunity, I would like to go to Northeast and Jammu and Kashmir for my visitings.
Yes, sir. In fact, sir, near our campus as well, like we have Hampi close by as a religious place. In fact, some of my friends went there and they had a very good experience.
Yeah.
So even I like to plan my.
Especially Hampi, from an architectural marvel, unimaginable. So just 1 or 2 days is not sufficient. If you want to really spend 1 week,
sir.
you should spend there.
Yes, sir.
So that way, especially the architecture part, I like them very much. And
yes, sir. So, sir, apart from just vacation, any workplace that you went to, like for work, and you felt that this is a very nice place.
So especially See, working in Indian R&D labs, then when I became faculty at IIT Guwahati, I had an opportunity to have some international joint projects. For example, I had an Indo-Swiss project with one research institute, IDIAP Research Institute in Switzerland, which is near Lausanne. There's a Martigny small town there. There we had an Indo-Swiss project. When I went there, that lab culture, everything, I felt, oh my God, I should disappear every year, summer, 2-3 months from all these admin things. Then you just focus on your research. So that I felt very interesting. Very small town, which is, that town is much smaller than Dharwad also. But that lab is so pristine. You just
And
sit and do
Switzerland,
your,
amazing.
unimaginable. So that's what I felt. So we should go to such places summer, 2-3 months. You can do 1 year research in 2 months. So that
Yes, sir.
their culture is very different there, very informal. You do your job. So no bureaucratic things. So we have to learn a lot from there for Indian setting. Here still paper, this one
yes,
director will decide, and so those things we should think maybe after when you people come to leadership
Yes,
at
sir.
that time those will get streamlined.
Yes, sir. So, sir, if we were to make a bucket list for Indian students for places to visit in India, because obviously we need to explore our own nation first before we get to the outside world.
Correct.
So, what would that look like for you if you were a student back in those days and you were given the opportunity to visit all the places, like wherever you wanted?
Yes.
What would your ideal bucket list look like?
So maybe I'll start with Kashmir.
Okay.
So to see, the best pristine nature we have there.
Yes, sir.
Then all the way, I will go to Kanyakumari Vivekananda Rock Memorial.
Yes, sir.
So these are some places, which really gives something unique for this country.
Yes, sir.
Which had some history. Maybe Bodh Gaya.
Yes, sir. Yes, Bodh Gaya is
very
nice place.
Very nice place. Then would have gone to Belur Math in Kolkata. See, these are all where they have created some milestones for our history and culture.
Yes, sir.
Those things we should explore because these things you don't see abroad. Abroad you
Yes,
see the other things, but here, which has created our legacy for centuries, where our country is known for. I think I would like to, just to list, I will say Jammu Kashmir. Then I would like to go to Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Meghalaya, where Shillong and other places are there. Then coming to, of course, Delhi is a
Delhi is a bustling city. It's amazing.
City. Yeah, and all this Taj Mahal and step wells in Gujarat. Then Madurai Meenakshi Temple, Brudeshwar Temple. So many things are there, which are architectural marvels. First, we should see them. Of course, starting from Hampi and this Badami Highway, which of course, we are generally because of the media, we are very much attached by this Western things.
Yes, sir.
But culturally, they are not that great. Or architecturally also. We may see glass houses like these, but our architectures are much first you experience that, then you go
so that's why like even my mother, she tells me that before going outside,
correct.
You should first explore India and you should understand where you as a citizen come into that entire heritage that you inherit from India.
Correct. After that, you decide. I'm not saying we should criticize elsewhere, but we have enough things to see here. That's
definitely.
So,
sir, coming back to the stories that we have, like stories, they bind each of us together. Without these stories, our heritage wouldn't be passed on to us. What is that one story that you always go back to whenever you are with friends or whenever you have to tell something, and some story that you always have a very impact on your life? What's that one story that you tell everyone?
That story which I mentioned, which I read in that annual magazine of the institute, to realize once we take a human life, what is important. We want to leave a mark on this universe. So for that, as early you realize, just about See, the realization that I'll do it at 40 years, somehow if I realize that at 30
Yes,
years,
sir. We can
the
do a
amount
lot.
of achievements will be more. So that is what I tell the same off-page story I tell them.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is how we spend
Huh.
time. Most of the time, 60, 65 years are done. After that, because of health problem, we are
Yes,
unable
sir.
to do anything. At least if you realize that at the early, you will contribute. For
Yes,
example,
sir.
Swami Vivekananda realized it at the age of 20
Yes, sir.
or maybe 30. But within 15 years, he has conquered the
Yes,
whole
sir.
world. So
Yes.
that is, and he's left this universe by 39.5 years.
Yes.
But still, people remember. It has multiplied in millions across
Yes.
the
Yes,
world.
sir.
Maybe that impactful message. But because he started early. So at the age of 10 itself, he started asking what is God and where have you
Yes.
seen
Yes, sir.
God. So like that, no, he started doing, and it is not that no, his lifetime was very, what we say, very spiritual or spiritual in the sense what we visualize him now. That may not be the case, because some books if we read,
Yes,
no,
sir.
he also struggled to put that Ramakrishna mat, and so many
Yes,
hardship
sir.
was there. But of
Definitely.
course, spiritually elevated person and did it. But see, of course, even maybe he has the blessings of his master Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, but whatever he conveyed to the whole world is of his own original thought
Yes, sir.
process
Yes.
on this one.
It's quite.
So that is where I was thinking. I am saying that is one example for spiritual. APJ Abdul Kalam did
Yes,
what he
sir.
is supposed to do for the nation and many things. So that's where, if we realize that no,
Yes,
just
sir.
a
That
few
calling,
years
if we get, it's very important.
slightly
Yes.
earlier, we can do wonders. So that is what in whatever space. I mean,
Yes.
you want to become a, for example, Tatas are doing wonderful job.
Yes, sir.
So from
Yes.
centuries, wonderful as
That's
an
because it's so ingrained in their culture.
culture. See,
Yes.
so much they do for the nation. Nobody can.
Yes, sir.
And they make it profitable. Whatever they get, they invest back into society.
Yes, sir.
That is also a good model for somebody who want to become an entrepreneur.
Yes. So
So the
salt to software. I
salt
mean.
to software.
Yes.
And whatever they earn, 65% they invest back into the
Yes,
nation.
sir.
So that
Yes.
there is no.
Yes.
So
So that vision and clarity of
clarity is,
thought is very
and
important.
we don't have to go. Everybody need not follow. You identify your inner calling.
Yes, sir.
That will be wonderful. So that's what. That story I tell them everybody.
Yes, sir.
You realize early better. So that.
So, sir, we'll now switch into the rapid fire questions. It's a very small segment we'll do on our podcast. We are thinking of it. So, sir, in very few words, you'll have to tell. I'll ask very like short cues, and you'll tell me whatever the first thing that comes to your mind. So, sir, favorite food place in Dharwad?
Maitri Palace,
Okay. If you could learn one language instantly, what would it be?
Sanskrit.
And so, little why?
Sanskrit, because I missed learning that language, but I feel no lot of our traditional
Yes,
knowledge is
sir.
coded in that language.
Yes, sir.
So if I get an opportunity so that I can learn more.
So I just read one story in the Upanishads,
Ah.
and it just changed my entire perspective. So if I read every one of them, it'll
Correct.
definitely
That's
leave a very huge mark.
Yeah.
All right. I will tell you a word, and you could tell just one sentence related to this. So, money,
It is a fuel for running our life vehicle.
work-life balance.
Very much essential to have both.
Yes.
Where work, whatever my expertise I have, it will be for the work.
Yes,
And
sir.
the other orthogonal interest is for life.
Life. Yes, sir.
That's
So, hobby and work.
yes.
Yes. Leadership.
Essentially, man with vision and driving to achieve that.
Dream.
Dreaming very big, that where others people laugh at your dream. No,
Yes,
that level you should dream.
So, India.
India is what I feel culturally, religiously, superpower of the world.
Yes, sir. Success.
Success is the credits that you earn for your hard work.
And so, failure.
Failures are the solutions that I gave were not correct, but I understood what is wrong there.
Wrong.
Would like to correct next time. So.
Yes. Parents.
Parents are the maybe I will say uh, the God's emissaries
Yes, sir.
through whom we came to this universe
Yes.
as a human life to experience this world. So
Yes,
that
sir. And sir, last, risk.
the amount of success that you are going to achieve is directly proportional to the risk
Risk.
you are going to take.
Yes, sir. And so, as we wrap up, we'd love to know who has been a significant role model in your life, and like a person who you hold up very high, and you try to be like them.
So, see, I have four persons in that way. By hard work, my father.
Yes, sir.
No, from childhood I have seen very hardworking person. So till the last day he was working very, very hard. So he for work he is my role model. Spiritually, my mother because
Yes.
she practices this one. Whereas when it comes to the research, my PhD supervisor. No, he is no. Even I was telling to my colleagues, even at the age of 80, he writes single author papers now also. That type
That's
of
very
researcher,
impressive.
internationally well known researcher. Coming to administration, my role model is Professor Gautam Barua, was our IIT, former IIT Guwahati director and then IIIT Guwahati, just retired. He is a role model. So very, very. So I have these four dimension role
Yes, sir.
models, not one.
I mean, this has changed my outlook to a role model. In every walk of life, we should have a different role model
Different,
who we can
yeah.
imitate.
Because
And
I have seen my PhD supervisor, excellent researcher in the world. I can see, the best researcher.
yes, sir.
Everything is, but when it comes to administration, he screws up everything. It is not his cup of tea.
Yes, sir.
I have seen Gautam Barua, excellent administrator. I am not, but much better than a bureaucrat. How to take quick decisions, move forward, but when it comes to research, he has not achieved like what Professor Agnana, my
Yes, sir.
supervisor, achieved. So in that way,
Because we can say that they found their calling in terms of
definitely
what they did.
Yeah. For example, Gautam Barua, he was a professor at IIT Kanpur, BTech, MTech from IIT Bombay, PhD from University of California. Then he was full professor at IIT Kanpur. Calling was there for him
Yes,
to
sir.
Northeast, go and develop an IIT in his native
Yes,
state.
sir.
He did. After that, he felt IIIT came to Guwahati, he wanted to develop that.
Yes,
he
sir.
developed that. So that.
All right, sir. So before we conclude, a heartfelt thanks from me and all my team. Thank you, Professor S.R. Mahadev Prasanna, sir, for sharing your invaluable insights and experiences. I mean, this would really help all the students watching this. And honestly, I'm going to go back. I'm going to call each and every one of my friends and tell them that you should watch this episode because it really opens up your mind as in what to do in life and how to achieve it in like the way you want it. And as Gen Z, I think a little guiding hand is always important for us.
Yes. No, I had a few points. One point I wanted to tell my students of IIIT Dharwad. Of course, this message is
Yes, sir.
applicable to other students also. But since I am part of this university, I would like to tell. See, especially again Gen Z, I go.
Yes, sir.
Generally, we don't listen to our parents. That's what my son, when I see, though, because of that. But on the other hand, when you come to an institution, this is a place where you are not daily being monitored by somebody. You are free.
Yes,
But
sir.
at the same time, free means you have enough flexibility to explore,
Yes, sir.
to become an independent person. That's where I suggest my students here that age, that 17 complete and joining here and 22, when you go as a full man or woman
Yes,
outside,
sir.
whatever small limitations or whatever you call, these are the areas I want to improve. We should create enough opportunities in this institute for
Yes, sir.
everybody to improve that.
Yes, sir.
So that this is a place I explore myself, do mistakes,
Yes, sir.
and improve on that and go out.
Yes, sir.
So
It's a
that
small playground where you can
experiment.
try everything.
Whereas when I go to profession, it is difficult to take
Yes,
that
sir.
risk.
Yes.
So that's where here you should explore everything, what you want to improve. And I'm seeing going forward, these education institutions should become a place for just no weekend I want to go to a resort. In
Yes.
place of that, I come to an education institution, my alma mater,
Yes, sir.
spend a day with my juniors and tell them, discuss, have a
Yes,
informal chat with them. And so that type of ecosystem we should create together.
Yes, sir.
So that is very, very important.
Yes, sir. In my mind, it should be a happy place.
Happy place. No,
Yes.
this is the place I want to go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is in my office. There is some tension. Let me go. This weekend I'll stay there.
Yes, sir.
There are some rooms created. You come and stay, spend time with the people, and So that's especially what is happening is this technology landscape is changing so fast. It is difficult now every time I pay to my nose and get a higher degree.
Yes, sir.
On the other hand, if I have a place where, okay, I want to learn this another 2-3 months in a flexible manner, we'll all our alumni gang up together. Okay, we need this thing to be
Yes,
done.
sir.
We will come in the weekend. We want to learn that. So that this education institution should become like that now going forward.
Yes,
So
sir.
all of you should think in that direction.
So only few days back during the the inaugural events, some student they asked me that why should we join the technical club
Correct.
when we can learn from YouTube?
Mhm.
And this is very answer that I gave, that even you can get degrees online.
Correct.
But you cannot replace the college factor.
Correct.
And the same
That
can be
feeling.
said for higher education
Yes,
as
yes,
well.
yes.
If you want to learn something,
Correct.
everybody comes together.
Correct.
They sit in the class.
Yes.
And then they can learn even better.
Correct.
They can collaborate with each other, and
Definitely.
that's an amazing idea.
Yeah. No, we should. Because, see, otherwise, it should not become transactional
Yes.
or business, no. I am a teacher, I'll teach
Yes, sir.
something, you listen, otherwise I'll give you some grade and leave. Those days have gone.
Yes,
So
sir.
that is where, and see, the way the working styles are changing in the external world is more Western.
Yes, sir.
So you have to achieve. That's where you're disconnected from rest of the things you work but the other part of that thing is you also inherit that. No, you become alone.
sir.
There is no support system. Then you get into depression and so
Yes,
many
sir.
things that Western things come.
It's a very vicious cycle that we get into.
On the other hand, okay, I take the best from there. I want to work more and achieve something in a short life, but I will come back to this Indian setup
Yes, sir.
of relaxing and when you come back, you talk to a junior sitting.
Yes, sir.
You will feel happy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no, you are not the one person. I also went through like that. Come, we'll have a
Yes,
tea,
sir.
and so that's where these systems should become like that. So then
Yes,
things will.
All right, sir. Honestly, I want to keep talking, but there's a time foundation to this.
I also have a meeting at 4. And
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll throw it back. We'd like to thanks a lot, sir, for having for coming to the podcast and inaugurating the entire setup. Me and my team will ensure that everything runs smoothly and this podcast become a very big success. We'd also like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Videography, Photography and Video Editing Club, Iridescence, for capturing this episode. A big thank you to you as well, the members of Zetigesit Club, for their dedication and support. A heartfelt thanks for you guys for tuning in as well. Lastly, we'd like to acknowledge our institute, IIIT Dharwad, for its continued support and for being a supportive environment for such enriching discussions. Zetigesit is a proud member of the Cultural Committee at IIIT Dharwad. Thank you all for tuning in, and we look forward to sharing more such stories with you. I'm Digant Singh, signing off for now. Thank you.